Are you playing so hard to get, baby boy? I'm not. I'm playing Mass Effect.
They didn't expect some weird pink fox girl VTuber anime girl online to play this game and make her entire community make a day about livers.
All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Resident Evil 0. We're gonna be trying the Leech Hunter mode again, doing the all enemies killed. I looked. It is one of the rarest achievements in the game. I think it's a top 3 rarest achievement in Resident Evil 0, which makes sense after trying this a few times, because yeah, it's a little tricky. Just a little tricky. But I think I got it. Probably. Maybe. I bet I could do it. Oh shit. There we go. It's just gonna be a lot of like making sure that I am very careful with my ammo and my health. Both are important. Extra game. All right. What the hell? Hold on. Messing with something. Vidpack. Oh, are we talking a remake of 0? Or sorry, a remake of 0 and a remake of 1? Because I'm not a believer in that leak. I think they might remake 0 at some point, but I feel like it would be very low on the list for Capcom, just from like a business standpoint. All right, Leech Hunter. This time I think I got it. I have an idea. I'm gonna try having Rebecca just idle and pray that it works. He's not even gonna be able to carry all of it. No. What the fuck? Why did it combine that way? I guess she can carry the other stack. Still gonna go straight for the shotgun. I ate it with pickles? I never do that.
Let's split up.
Okay.
You never eat pickles on a burger? What do you mean? What the hell do you mean? Never pickles on a burger. I think Code Veronica's definitely next. I hope Code Veronica's next. I have a feeling 5 is probably next. But I would prefer CV personally. Just don't like them. Oh shit. Great. What now? I can't see. We're off to a good start. shit. Billy, hold on. Is he okay? He's great. What the fuck? Oh, there's 5. That's right. I thought there was 4. Jesus. There. Damn, dude. No key this time. Not terrible for the shotgun ammo. Ammo is really gonna be the challenge here, though. I go, let's change it for no reason. What are we referring to here?
Come on.
Okay.
Return of the man himself, Steve. That would be the worst part. I don't need any more Steve than I've already gotten. I guess. You know, I have a kind of crazy idea. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. But what if I grabbed the knife and just used that for the bat room? Like, immediately. Try to get that out of the way. Isn't the knife over here? Yeah. I guess Rebecca could just carry these. Be Billy with a little space. The 360 controller to Xbox. Ooh, ooh. You lost me on the first one. I like the Xbox 360 controller.
I'll go alone.
But that might be
Okay.
the worst D-pad known to man. Granted, I'm on a Series X controller right now, which is almost as bad. Shit, good start. Come on. Oh, do I have to aim it up? Shit. Alright, I mean... They barely do any damage. It might work. Shit. No. Oh, it worked. Let's go. I'm still green health too. This is just a duplicate of Rebecca's, right? It's ammo. What a battle. It was a serious battle. Those birds are dangerous.
Let's regroup.
Roger.
Glad Mario Kart World did something different. I haven't played it. I have no input on Mario Kart World. I'm getting bold with the strategy here. I'm gonna try some things. I think separating them, like just trying to conserve ammo and health by keeping them separate, might be the move. As weird as that might sound, because you'd think, same with the main game, that keeping them together would be the better strategy. I couldn't get up there to see. Oh god. Oh. There's the third one. Jesus Christ. That hurts a little bit. Now this is the battle. I'm not close enough to her to exchange, goddammit. Good start. Gotta go back. At least the health doesn't reset when you leave the room in 0. Thank God. If it did, this would just be miserable. Oh. Okay. Crazy idea. Crazy idea. We bring in Rebecca. This is either going to be the biggest play ever, or this is going to get me killed later on. I have Billy also take her handgun. Because if I'm separating them, I'm only going to need one handgun. And there's the upgraded one in here. Shit. No. Oh. That's probably fine. Do a little swap. Ooh, he's still up. Jesus Christ. He can't have much health left. Okay, we're gonna ditch these. Hello. There we go. Put Billy on that upgraded handgun game. There's nothing else in here, right? Oh. Mark that in case I need it. So far, this run is a little messy, but not too bad. Could be a lot worse. We'll just let her hold that for now, I guess. All right, yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go. She's just gonna be my pack mule. Billy's gonna do everything. She's just gonna carry shit around for me. There's another achievement for Leech Hunter for only grabbing all of one color of Leech. But we can't do that on the same run as the all enemies run, since we're gonna have to grab all 90 we're gonna have to grab 90 of the 100 for that later wave of enemies to spawn in.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
I'll check it out. I got this. Billy Solo's Leech Hunter. There. Damn. Well, that will help. That will definitely help. I never liked leeches. They suck. Mods. It's that time already. We already have one who needs to be taken out back.
Come on.
Roger.
I wonder if there was maybe something else out there or in there. I can go back and look. Grabbing the knife early was weirdly a good idea. I gotta be kind of careful with this guy, though. Oh, God. What? Oh, his head turned. That's gotta be a sign. Maybe not. You're bullshitting me. What do you mean that's not hitting him?
I'll go alone.
Roger.
I forget I could have used the right thumbstick for her. No way. Fucking shit. He's designed just to do that, isn't he? Fuck. I tried to get it too. I really worked for that, and nothing. Found the perfect setup. No. No, just yoinks you. A screw job.
Let's split up.
RE0. This game is made to screw you. And not in a fun way. I probably should go... I need to. The hunter isn't going to attack her, right? It's going to stay in place. I would imagine. I don't think there are other shotgun shells until... a lot later. I'm trying to remember where they were, though. Were they down in the basement somewhere? Or... I don't remember where I found shotgun shells before. No, there's nothing in here. Okay. Well, might have to finish him with a pistol shot, but I think it'll be fine. What was that on the floor? Oh, it's the leech. They're everywhere. I didn't realize they were down that bad. I know they had, or I knew they had been attacked. I didn't realize it was that brutal. Yep, finishing him with the pistol. Oh my God, Billy. Recover. Holy shit. Rebecca? I would like you to carry my empty shotgun. Thank you. I'll take some more. Well, actually, could I just... That is so much easier. Yeah. Ghosts versus Goblins thing. I don't remember who it was recently, but someone randomly got on it again. Oh, it was Hot Sauce, and just launched a fucking assault. Shit. On the ghosts. Declared war. What? Who? Oh, yeah. He's like, how dare you accuse me of such... Oh, wait. No, I did that. No, that's right. There's a bunch of zombies in this room, too. But... also...
Slay girl, pussy boss.
probably grenade launcher. Should be grenade launcher. We have seen it not spawn in here, though. It is in here.
I'm not gonna say anything, 'cause it's gonna get fucking clipped, bitch.
You know, this strategy is weirdly working a lot better. Like, you would think with all the enemy spam that using both characters would be the way to go. But much like the main game, it's not. Oh, we got acid round grenade launcher. Oh, caveman runs for 5. There. Oh. 5 times 2. Damn it. Did Chole mark those herbs? Chole did mark those herbs. Chole did not mark the first aid spray. Heals are just gonna be grabbed as we need them, basically. There. Happy now? Did Chulwig mark it? Chulwig marked it. There's a hunter in that corner. Chul forgot. Sorry, Chulwig forgot. But Chulwig has acid round. Even if the acid round doesn't one-shot them, it's just a pistol tap to finish them. Maybe 2. Double Chulwig as well. Chulwig will need to be reminded on the double, potentially. Zombies in here. That was kind of sketchy. Is that a leech? That is a leech. Nothing in here aside from leeches. Rebecca can kind of just chill where she is. Billy's gonna do all the heavy lifting here. Are acid rounds good against spiders? We will see. Oh, that's where shotgun shells can spawn as well. That machine gun ammo spawn is only sometimes. But if it's not machine gun rounds, then it's shotgun shells in that bathroom. It's one or the other. Acid rounds are great for spiders. Still great. Good to know. Spiders aren't going to be a problem. These guys are gonna be a problem. Or not. The handgun actually handles them fairly well. Green herb and the flame key. Okay. Ever think about how spiders have hydraulic legs? Chole does not think about such things, no. Chole does not concern himself with such things. Really? Just a leech in the armory? Alright, just a leech. It's true. What is gonna be the move for the leech men, though? Like, acid round grenade launcher is good. Helps with hunters and spiders a lot. But what about leech men? How effective is the acid against leech men?
Let's regroup.
Okay.
Oh, that was such a nice back crack. It's a little 1-2 pop. Oh, very ineffective. Shit. That was the first caveman. Chole is now on caveman 2. Well, here. Definitely that can be done for some space.
I'll go alone.
Okay.
Where are you on the map? This is the east side first floor of the training center. The room in the back with the ladder. Do you like Godzilla? This is the third day in a row that you have asked Chole if he likes Godzilla. And Chole still does not particularly like Godzilla, but has seen the original, and it's a fun movie. But Chole has not seen any more Godzilla beyond just the first Godzilla. Chole should have known, to be fair. Okay. Nothing else around. This unlocks that. Oh, that's so evil with the zombie that's laying down in the hallway, too. You can't even go around and come out the other door. You have to, you have to just tank that hit, because that door is locked. You can't even do that. Why, Capcom? Why so evil? This would be quicker. What's the goal on this run? Kill every enemy. So the goal is to just really try to conserve ammo and heals more than anything. But basically the way that this works is you go through the whole map, not even grabbing any leeches, because once you've picked them up, they're permanent in your inventory. You can't put them down. So you just go and clear everything out while you have like your whole inventory space to work with. And then you go back around, backtrack through everything basically, because you have to pick up 90 of the leeches for a new wave of enemies to spawn right at the end. And you have to clear out that entire wave of enemies as well. And that's how you get actual all enemy completion on Leech Hunter. What's in this hallway? This next hallway we're about to go into. Is it hunters in this hallway? No. That's the other. Is it hunters in both hallways? 3 hunters. Okay. It's hunters in both hallway. Because fuck you, said Capcom.
I'll go alone.
Okay.
And then a whole bunch of zombies beyond that. Chole knows that. Sorry, truly. Come here, bitch. That's Caveman 2. One-tapping a hunter after the acid round is so satisfying for no reason. So good every time. Just whip around. Bah! Down. No cursing in this economy. We leechin'. I think that zombie on the ground is alive. I'm not sure if we'll be able to knife it. It's definitely alive. The auto aim whipped to it. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Man, that is one tanky ground zombie. That is a tanky ass ground zombie right there. No ammo in here? Normally there's pistol ammo slotted like behind that candle. Great. All right, well, at least that's clear. Think of the children, Chole. Is there ammo out here somewhere, maybe? No? Damn, this piece of hair just does not want to actually go up. Keeps falling. Driving me nuts. Classic. I lowballed the amount of product in my hair, like I do every 2 or 3 days. Just, it seems like it's too much, and then it's not enough. It never is. Hair too heavy. This room... Oh, this room has a lot of zombies laying on the ground. I have no such issue, not anymore. Don't you make me jealous, I might do it. And then False is gonna be mad at you, not me. Actually, she'll be mad at me. That's not true.
I done forgot because I saw the D.
Don't you dare. Might. This is the true killing floor. This is killing floor 4. First game in the franchise to actually live up to its name. Ooh.
Give me the
Not mad,
back.
just disappointed. It was seriously tempting to relic hunt today. Chaddington, guess what? They found the 9th relic on Ashes of the Damned overnight. So officially now, the community has actually managed to find all 9 relics from the launch map. It was finally found like in the middle of the night by some Brazilian guy, just randomly. He just tweeted out of nowhere and was like, "First in the world?" question mark. Posted a screenshot of like the portal and then him having the relic in the menu afterwards. Set the community into a fucking frenzy at like 2 a.m. I woke up at like 3:30 and checked my phone and saw it in the middle of the night, like when he had posted it. But then I thought maybe it's fake because he literally like posted that and then just turned his phone off, apparently. Because for hours after, he didn't elaborate at all
Let's regroup.
anywhere on how he did it. So I thought it must have just been fake. I thought it was just like bait or something, but no. Later in the morning, he actually went into like a creator's Discord server and explained it, and now everyone knows how to do it. So officially, all 9 cursed relics on the launch map have been found, thanks to random Brazilian guy who is not even like a creator or like a known Easter egg hunter or anything. He was just gaming at like 2 a.m. Happened upon it somehow. The thread discussing the relic step had 8,000 plus messages in an hour. It sounds like the zombies community. They're like, wait, we know how to do it? How the fuck does it work? And everyone starts freaking out. That sounds about right. I might want to knock out the basement. I probably do. Well, love community Easter egg hunts. Plus, they're still figuring out one on the DLC 1 map right now, where like some people have gotten it, but they haven't figured out exactly how to replicate it consistently. And then I think there's still 2 or 3 relics left on DLC 1. Like after they finally nail that down. Oh, hiccup. So there's still a good bit of hunting to be done on BO7, which is crazy. Like literally since the game has come out, the zombies community has been non-stop Easter egg hunting the entire 2 months. Just another reason that cursed mode is fucking goated. Went on to gatekeep the information. Wait, he didn't even share it?
Okay.
Did he actually just fucking gatekeep it and someone else also happened to find it? That's ridiculous. I'm checking for shotgun ammo before we go down. Please be shotgun ammo. It was not shotgun ammo. How do I want to approach this then? Because my worry with going down without... how good are acid rounds against the monkeys in this game? How effective is that? Yeah, I know there's another leech man in there. I generally know the enemy placements for the most part. Not sure. Oop. Because the monkeys are the problem enemy down here. Spiders can be a little finicky because of that. Am I poisoned? No. Good. Let's see, maybe there will be shotgun ammo in here. I know this room just has zombies in it. Oops, fuck. There's damage that we didn't need to take. Still orange. Discord, big news for the unemployed. Hold on. I'm too busy being employed right now. What's in this room, Sentai? The room in front of me. I don't remember. Is it monkeys or hunters? I want to say it's hunters, actually, right? I want to say it's hunters. This gives me a second for Mickle. Let's see. He's forwarding me stuff. Let's go. Okay, yeah, the guy was being annoying about it. Four hunters. Okay. There's also shotgun ammo in there. I thought there might be. Oh, I maybe should have gotten a heal from Rebecca first. I have acid rounds. It went okay. There was one more. Still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Get ready for the one tap. Across the room, too. There's... Oh. We don't even need the other shotgun. Okay, wait, hold on. Rebecca can come down here. Rebecca just being the pack mule this run is very funny to me. Literally just using her to store items for me. Nothing else. She's not even fighting at all. She's just mobile item storage. It's working is the thing. Like, I have so many healing items. I've used a single healing item and we've cleared like more than half of the enemies already. So this approach is working like really well, actually. Guess that for now she can hold the knife. Actually, she can hold the pistol ammo. Because it's a shotgun plus shells, and the monkeys are probably going to take all of it. So I'm going to use that green herb, just munch it on its own. How many shells is that? Oh. Oh, beautiful. When I added you, well, it's like I said, I saw it in the middle of the night, thought it was just faked, went back to sleep, and then you pinged me and I was like, wait, it was legit? And I checked Zone X and he had just posted a video about it like 5 minutes prior, because Zone X is always immediately on it. Like, he even already this morning put up a video that was just how to get all 9 relics on ashes in one video. He's always like immediately on it because his whole thing is he does the no time wasting version of guides. So his guides are all like 1 or 2 minutes because they are literally just like, they start, he doesn't even do intros and outros. Like, he just literally says, here's what you need to do, and then the video's over. I thought so. I'm leaving. There's a bunch of BS. No, his relic guides are legit like 1 minute long. And he waits to post them until they know the exact method. Like, if it's the sort of situation like there is on Astra right now where they've found one, but they're not sure how to replicate it consistently, he just doesn't post the video until he knows exactly how to do it. And then when he does, it's like a minute long. These monkeys made of titanium, they're the notoriously bad RE0 enemy. Everyone hates these monkeys. Everyone hates them for good reason. Is that a good idea for later in the game? It works great. Fighting Nemesis or not fighting him is like either one works. Because if you do, he gives you like in-game items that you otherwise can't get, but none of them are necessary for a good run. And if you don't, you save a bunch of ammo and healing items from not fighting him. So like either one works. I fight him when I play because I like just the quality of life of his item drops, but you don't need to fight him. Fuck's sake. Stun lock. RE0 stun lock. Here we go. They're both dead. No, they're not. One's still up. Oh my god. Go down. Oh my god! He's down. He's down for good. Oh, Jesus. Right. Rebecca can carry the shotgun. A bunch of them are straight up wrong. Yeah, Zonex is a pretty recent creator who's popped up, but he's amazing. He's done such a good job. Honestly, she can share, she can sherry. I was trying to say she can carry the handgun too, but I guess she doesn't really need to. What I would like to do...
Come on.
Roger.
What I would like to do... is... go pick up that aid spray and have Rebecca carrying it for when Billy gets low. Am I gonna want to use the machine gun on the leechmen? Is it any good against them? Is that what I should be using the machine gun for, since we didn't get any like flame rounds or anything this run? Probably is, right? I've never tried it against them. But I would have to imagine that it's at least a decent play. The worst part is I have to guess on this on a run where we have to be so incredibly ammo efficient. I have to make a couple of guesswork plays like that. That was the second Chulwig, I believe, right? I think so. I could be wrong. Could be scamming, but I think that was the second one. Is the remake half as good? The remake is good. The remake, it's the one Resident Evil remake that I don't think anyone, well, I don't think 99% of the fandom would even ever try to make the argument that it's as good as the original. It's the one remake in the community that is just very consistently agreed upon to be a step down from the original. How long does Chulwig last? 15 minutes? I think that was 30 minutes of Chulwig, right? I want to say it was. Yeah, that was number 2. Okay. Just making sure. So, every room that we have gone into, I have cleared on the map. I'm being very intentional about not, well, except for those on the west hallway. Generally, I've been intentional while doing this all enemies run to not go into a room until I'm ready to clear it. I'm gonna try Leechman. I'm gonna try... actually, I could probably, before doing Leechmen, grab the handgun ammo and go and clear that one room on the east side of the second floor, like the main hall. I've seen a speedrunner say that OG RE3 is worse than the remake. Who? Who said that? Will tomorrow be a COD day? I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I have to double check, but I don't think I'll be able to. Is a nightmare to speedrun? That's waifu? Why the fuck would waifu say that? Like, actually, he typically has good takes on speedrunning. Why the fuck would he say that? I know that RE3 OG has like the slightly randomized enemy and item placements. Oh, he just doesn't like classic RE. Okay. In that sense, to each their own. But that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Like, if you just don't like this style of game, then that's whatever. Like, I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise, but to say that it's worse because you don't like that style is crazy. Like, it's one thing to say, like, I like this more. Granted, a lot of people on the internet aren't as intentional about their wording as I am, to be fair. Like, people ask me what's better between, like, Battlefield and BO7 this year. And I'm always very intentional to say, like, I have personally enjoyed BO7 more, but it's just because of my preferences. I like both. But if you're just in it for the multiplayer experience alone, then like almost definitely Battlefield would be what you want this year. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, really? Ow. Picky with words? No.
This way.
Okay.
He hates every RE game except for OG4 and 3 Remake. Jesus Christ. People say my opinions are bad.
I'll go alone.
Roger.
Definitely the machine gun? Yeah. Oh, it's such a big explosion. That one barely hurt, though. He's not interested in classic tank controls. But he likes OG4. My brain. My brain. Four is not classic tank controls. Yes, it is. Oh, I grabbed the ammo. I'm stupid. I'm like, why can I not grab it? You can aim in four. Yes, but it still uses the classic Resi tank controls. It's an action game, but it uses the same tank controls. Resi didn't move away from tank controls until a post-launch update for RE5. Because RE5, when it launched, had the classic tank controls. But then later on, I think with the Gold Edition, if I remember correctly, they added an alternate, like, modern, I think it's just straight up called modern control scheme, where you move like a more traditional, move and aim like a more traditional third-person shooter. But that wasn't brought to RE5 until like a year or so after it came out. And then when they did that update, they also made it the default control scheme for RE5, which I kind of hate, because I actually really like playing RE5 with the old, like, RE4 style controls. It's just a bunch of herbs in here. I just want to mark them so that later on, if I need them, I know where they are. All right, beautiful. I'm tanking my controls. But no, RE5, or sorry, RE4 and 5, if you set it back to its original control scheme, which I probably will when we play it for stream because I like it. They do use the same tank controls. The only difference is that when you aim, obviously it's a whole different camera perspective too, but in terms of the controls, the only difference is that when you aim, you can do more than just this. But even the method of aiming, where like you hold the button and then all of your motion inputs get converted to aiming your gun, that's the exact same in RE4 and 5 as well. They just changed the camera.
This way.
The controls are the same. And when you do aim, it's 360 degrees of movement. What modern or old horror games would you say is as good as the OG RE trilogy? Just horror games in general? Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 1 and 3 are also really close for me. But I would say with Silent Hill, 2 is the only one that like hits the same level as RE for me. And then like Silent Hill 1 and 3 are up there, but like noticeably a little behind the classic RE games, in my opinion. Other than that, I genuinely feel that RE, especially for that time period, was just as good as horror games got. I still generally feel that way. Like, I really can't pick many... what's it? I really can't pick out many horror games even today that I would say are as good as the older RE games. Granted, I'm a little biased, and I will not act like I'm not. Dead Space 1, I would put up there. That's a good call. Dead Space 1 is up there. Dead Space 2 is actually my favorite Dead Space game. I've talked about that before. But the only thing with that is that like Dead Space 2 is way more action. Like, say Dead Space 1 is akin to RE4, which it very much is. I would say that Dead Space 2 is like RE5 in terms of not being a huge jump up in terms of action, but a noticeable increase for sure. Yeah, this is going great. Oh my god. What about Dead Space 3 though? Poo-poo. Not good. That room is kind of a shit show. I could probably use the grenade launcher in there. I'm just trying to be mindful with my ammo still. I hear False likes it though. False does like it. But False has, thankfully, now also played Dead Space 1. And I don't know this because she never said, but I would imagine that she could agree that Dead Space 1 is a better horror game. Maybe. I don't know. I never asked. I gotta start making False make a tier list of everything. Oh, shit. Oh, that's bad. that's going to stay a mystery. Okay, so she does agree. She just doesn't want to say it. She just doesn't want to let me have this, but she does agree. Got it. The illegitimate son of RE6. I can reset the enemies in there, like position. It'll give Billy a second to run out. I have an idea here. I definitely do want to clear those guys out because of the flame rounds. Like, that is still my plan. Especially those two that are close, I have damaged now. Speaking of chat, False and I are playing BO2 Zombies, and I'm keeping her doing that tier list because I like having like a visual of how she feels about everything, and we had already been doing it on stream when we were streaming it, so I was just like, all right, we're gonna keep doing it, whatever. Let me tell you, near the end of BO1, start of BO2, this tier list would set Reddit on fire. I have not even told her half of it. Like, she probably knows a couple of the placements that would be spicy. A couple of them I did tell her about, but man, this would, the COD Zombies Reddit would go fucking crazy over this one. I want to wait until, like, at least the end of BO2 before even considering sharing it. Like, on stream, even, just for the fun of it. But, wow. I am excited to see where the rest of BO2 ends up. Because really, her tier list was pretty consistent with general opinion until the end of BO1. At which point it started going a little wacky. And now that we've started BO2 and gotten a few maps into it, it's gone off the fucking rails. It is so all over the place now. I'm just like, oh my god. But that's part of why it's fun. At least for me. I'm kind of enjoying the fact that her opinions are so different from what I'm used to seeing. Okay, it is 4. I had to double check. Holy shit, you're fast. Oh my god. No. Okay, that put me into caution. I saw the posture change. Oh, thank you, auto aim. There we go. I'll just make them 1v1 you, so don't lose. They will lose. It's okay. 1v1 me grief, bro. Permission to roast when you reveal the tier list? No. No permission. You just get to appreciate the beauty of it. It's genuinely, like, I definitely want to wait until we have BO2 done. Because either it's going to, like, start to realign with the community throughout the rest of BO2, where it's like, okay, there's a little bit that's wacky, but, like, it's not that crazy. Or it will go even crazier and then be even funnier when I do share it. Like, either way, it's worth waiting until we at least finish BO2. Whichever way it goes, it's worth waiting. I don't need permission, I'm a Zombies player. I could maybe privately send it to Mikkel and just have him not spoil any placements, but just get a vibe check from Mikkel. I could do that. I think that could be reasonable. Also, I need another green herb, because that one... I was, like, just on the border of danger, and now I'm up to green. Now we get the really fun part. Granted, we just have this hallway left. I maybe should have done it sooner. But we only have this hallway remaining. Shit, I should have been counting. What's he been working on? We're doing the all enemies leech hunter. And going into it, like, with the plan of clearing out every enemy, it's actually been going well. In terms of how much ammo I have left and how many heals I have left and everything, I think we've got it. When he posts the tier list on Reddit. Bro, I could just wait for the Reddit reveal and then just randomly one day go to COD Zombies Reddit and explain the context and just watch everything burn. I feel like having a fully completed tier list for it and everything will be crazy. You got a 3-kill streak? Bro, I don't know how many enemies are in this mode, but I've got to be at least on, like, a quadruple nuke by now. With how long we've been going. Oh, it's only one flame round? Alright, I'll fire it off. It's not gonna do much of anything. But sure, why not? Alright, here comes the fun hallway. This is absolutely the kind of hallway that can seal this run as a major victory or doom it to being failure and resetting the last hour of progress. What the fuck, Billy? That hurt. That hurt. Alright, I might need some herbs for this, though. False in BO4 is gonna be great. I don't even want to say anything. I was about to say, like, what I'm hoping happens with BO4, but I don't even want to say. But I think... Granted, this is a total guess. I think she'll like BO4 for the most part. I think she will like BO4. I don't know that. But if I had to put my money down, if I was a betting man who was betting on this, I think she'll like it. This drowning absolute heater. It's funny, that's one of my least favorite Easter egg songs in BO4. Granted, one of, because BO4 had some stinkers in terms of the songs. Namely, I am the well. I don't know what they were cooking with that one. But that was one of the Easter egg songs of all time. to see if I will leave. It's true. Because you see, she is not simply playing these maps once and then moving on. She is learning, absorbing, and coming to terms with the fact that at random points throughout the whole rest of her life, she will have to return to them on a whim. Just on a random impulse. That is the reality that she is slowly coming to terms with, I think. I always forget that you can do that in this game. Like that you can cut the menuing in half if you actually remember to do that shit. Also, did I just get a sub from someone named VTube Cop? Uh-oh. Am I ending up in a video essay already? I genuinely get the impulse to plug in my PS3 to boot up Town. We played Town last night. Oh, it was VTube Cope. Okay. It's like, uh-oh, false. It's happening. Maluka, the Dragonborn singer? Yes. She's one of the vocalists who does Call of Duty Zombies music, like, throughout the years. But she blew up more recently on the gaming internet in general for her cover of Dragonborn. That is exactly who you're thinking of, yes. Also, thank you for gifting a sub to Lucifer. Being a VTuber is coping. It's true. We have said before, and it remains true. Actually, never mind. I'm backing off. In case it was VTube Cop, I'm backing off. Ahem. Classified Easter egg is gonna be a job? Bro, we're not doing that shit. That's one of those things, and there will not be many of these things, mind you. That's one of those things. We're just not. We're YouTubing that. We actually recently did that. Where when we did the transit Easter egg, she wanted to do Richthofen's side, right? Richthofen's side has the crazy EMP shit at the end. We got through the whole egg. That's the literal last step. We attempted it. We failed it. Said, nope. We'll just watch the very last bit on YouTube and move on. Count it as we did it. It's not worth brute forcing and trying again and again. Especially because Transit, Richthofen's side of the Easter egg makes you build the nav card table and the jet gun, and both players in a two-player game need to have EMPs and have perfect execution for that step. We basically did the entire thing. That last step is a fucking bitch. So hard even for experienced players to do. We just said, nope, YouTube. Good enough. Oh, did he not start expanding yet? Oh shit. I got leeched. I got leeched on. Oh. My first go back in 2012 without a guide. You did Max's side then. Because I asked her which side she wanted to do. She was like, I want to do Richthofen. I said, oh, great. It's just like, yeah, awesome. It was Ricky Toffee side? Don't bullshit me. No, it was not. Not in solo. Were you in like a 4-person game? How could I not pick Freaktoffen, my king? Because, I mean, by that point, you know that he's the bad guy. But granted, also by that point, you know that Maxis is also a bad guy. It wasn't solo, I was gonna say. Did it with my cousins, and they knew how to do it. Is what I'm hearing. Didn't they only discover to do Richtofen Easter egg solo a few years ago? Yeah, they only figured out you could even do it solo in like 2020 or something like that. I mean, at this point, Maxis is bad too, so I just pick the gay one. Fair. I just gotta do this right at the very end. Go get that knife. Just keep her consistent all the way through the end. This is the last hallway of enemies. And then we have to get the respawn. But then once we get the respawn, it's gonna be huge. We're gonna have plenty of ammo left over for the respawning wave of enemies, and that was what we were going for. That's why the knife has been so important and why I've been juggling it this whole time. Finding out that the machine gun is good against leechmen was a huge find as well. Just discovering that randomly this run was massive. Needless to say, I'm lying. There you go. We just got Waygun and that was good enough. Oh, that is about as good as doing the whole Easter egg. That's true. There we go. Oh, look at that combined green-red right there. Hello? The melee is awful. It almost always is in classic Resi games. Only because it's meant to be like your absolute last resort that isn't actually good, but allows you a fighting chance if you do totally run out of ammo. Just, you're really never gonna use the knife in classic RE. And it's by design. Unless you play Code Veronica, in which case there's a bug in the game that makes the knife into one of the best weapons in the game. So what you're saying is that CV spoiled us? Yeah. Because Code Veronica's knife unintentionally hits enemies multiple times per swing if you aim it down. It's only if you aim at the knees. It's only if you aim at the knees. Is RE0 knife combat better or worse than DMC2? The knife specifically is worse than DMC2. It is unfortunately a true statement. The RE0 knife is in fact worse than Devil May Cry 2. Was it worth it? I would say yes, but it really depends who you are. A lot of people dislike Code Veronica. I am not one of those people. I, for one, really enjoy Code Veronica. Though that is a rare opinion in the modern RE fan base. It used to be a more typical opinion, but as the years have gone on and more members of the community are getting into the classic era games from playing the newer games, CV has kind of slid down the general, I guess, tier list, so to speak. Newer fans tend to not enjoy CV as much. Older fans tend to be pretty chill with it. Just general rule of thumb. There are exceptions to that, but generally speaking, that tends to be how it goes. 2 explosive rounds? Give me back my 3 acid rounds. There we go. You think I'll love it? Probably. If you love, like, all of the classic era games, then CV probably won't be an exception. You know, people are parrots. Look, I don't want to say that everyone who brings up the soft locking is parroting Bach. But like 90% of people who immediately bring up the soft locking are probably just parroting Bach. That should be the entire map cleared. Check the basement. That is. Okay. What rooms, Sentai, respawn enemies? I don't need to know, like, what enemies in what room. Just what rooms respawn enemies at 90 leeches collected. Do you have a big Resident Evil hot take? I have plenty of Resident Evil hot takes. RE0 and 6 are not that bad. Code Veronica is actually pretty good, aside from some balancing issues in, like, specific encounters. Code Veronica is great, aside from that.
Come on.
Okay.
I don't like Revelations 2 very much. I never really have. I think Revelations 2 is just a really, really boring Resi game. Like, story-wise, gameplay-wise, everything aside from basically its enemy design. I've always thought Revelations 2 was a really boring Resi game. The outside balcony. Ready for Leech Collection. Let's start down here. Art Corridor. Private Corridor? Where is Private Corridor? would you consider 5 to be a sequel to CV? Not directly, but like CV sets up. This might actually be the spicy take in regards to the CV and 5 connection. Here might be my spicy take in terms of that. Code Veronica really only sets up one character's involvement in RE5 and nothing else about that story. I think CV's narrative importance to 5 gets overplayed in the community nowadays. That might be the spicy take in terms of art, or in terms of CV's storyline. Cat Eyes Wesker. Yeah, but even that was just so weird because we didn't even know what the deal was with Cat Eye Wesker until Umbrella Chronicles came around, because CV doesn't give you an explanation for it. It's just kind of there. Like, Wesker just kind of shows up with the crazy eyes and just has superpowers, and you're like, what? And it didn't get explained until a railgun shooter spin-off on the Wii a few years later. Would you want to see Wesker somehow return? No. I think Wesker has seen plenty of involvement. Like, to an extent, it's sad that he got killed off in 5. But including, like, the Chronicles materials, we already got Wesker as, like, a main... or I guess like a primary antagonist in RE1, RE1 Remake, Code Veronica, 5, and even as a playable character for a lot of the Umbrella Chronicles. So weirdly, maybe kind of a spicy take. I feel like we've seen plenty of Wesker. I feel like bringing him back, especially now that we're so detached from his era, would feel very silly. Statue room in B2. I don't know what the statue room is by name. Oh, like, okay, never mind. I do. The one with the puzzle is what you mean by that. Yes, okay. Got you. Would you consider Rev 2 to be an epilogue to RE5? No. Rev 2 pulls, what's it? Pulls a virus over from 5. But only near the very end of one of the 2 like stories that are running side by side throughout the game. So the RE5 connection to Rev 2 is very weak as well. His death will be more ambiguous? Maybe. I feel like we've seen enough Wesker. I actually only recently learned from doing research for the retrospective, by the way, that, and some Resi fans might already know this, but I've gotten so many comments saying that they are hopeful for something like this, to the point where I don't think this is too talked about or well known. But like, Revelations 3 was a game that was well into development at one point, but got canceled. I had no idea until like literally last week that that was a thing that happened. Like, they were well into making Revelations 3. I believe it was planned for like a 2024 release, and it got canceled in like 2022. It was an RE engine game. And Wesker was the main character. It was a prequel to RE4. Really? Yeah, I never knew about this. Apparently, Wesker's character model that's in the RE4 remake is a slightly altered version of his character model that they were using for Revelations 3. And his original character model from Revelations 3, for some reason, is in the RE4 remake game files. And people pulled it and matched it up with like leaked concept art. So even like, we know from that the cancellation of Revelations 3 is legit, and there was actually a Revelations 3 in development. Why did they cancel it? They wanted to focus on the larger scale AAA releases instead of mixing in more small scale AA releases. So they canceled it and some other side projects that they were working on and spin-offs as well, to try to like bring a better focus to the series and have all of the Resi titles they were releasing feel more premium. But I went down a whole rabbit hole for like an hour. Once I found out that that was a thing, I had to go and look for like every detail I could find. Because I was so curious about that. Okay. That's a good list. Is there at least one blue leech in this main hall that I haven't picked up? There is. That can be number 90 then. Just to make sure that we don't have a character in a room where they could respawn in case that might fuck with it. Wasn't the other game a Hunk spinoff? No, the Hunk spinoff goes way back. It was not a spinoff, actually. It was a mainline title. The Hunk game was a PS1 era Resi that got canceled, and it was actually, the reason I say it's not a spin-off at all is because the Hunk game was Resident Evil 3. The only reason that Hunk was in RE2 as like a hidden character in the first place was to set him up and tease him for Resident Evil 3. But that original version, a lot of people say that Code Veronica was the real Resi 3. And that's an old community rumor that's not true. We know from interviews with developers and producers who were working on Resi at the time that the original RE3 just straight up got canceled. It didn't even get repurposed. It was a game where you played as Hunk. It was set on a cruise ship, an Umbrella cruise ship where there was an outbreak, and Hunk got sent in to clean up the outbreak. That was the original Resident Evil 3. The whole thing about like Code Veronica actually being Resi 3 and getting moved over to the Dreamcast and all that is just not true. That's just community rumor. Because on the Dreamcast, it wasn't. That is true. That Code Veronica was going to be a numbered entry, but because it was on the Dreamcast, they decided to make it not numbered. That is true. which is kind of a shame because I think the whole not being a numbered entry is the reason there are so many Resi fans who haven't played Code Veronica. Because, like, it is a mainline Resi game, it just doesn't have a number. So a lot of people, when they're looking to get into the series, think that it's a spin-off. Also cancel one with Rebecca as the main character. I've heard that, but I don't know a lot about that. But I've heard of that before. I can't say if it's real or not, because I'm not overly familiar with that one. But I've heard about it. Definitely want to have all of this cleaned up. Down here. Does Capcom consider it a mainline game? Yeah. What does Rebecca even do now? In terms, plural, of the game canon, who the fuck knows? The movies, the CGI movies, I'm trying to remember what exactly she did. She ended up being like a researcher of some kind. But now the CGI movies have moved into a sort of like dubious canon position. Where at the time that that movie happened, the CGI movies were seen as canon to the games. But nowadays, it's kind of up in the air. We don't really know if they still are or not. But she was some sort of researcher in that one movie. They're in their own timeline. Maybe... It's hard to say. Hence the term dubious canon, where it's kind of just in the position of like, we don't really know. There are some big things that have made that a question mark. We don't know if they're planned to still be canon to the games, like going forward, or not. Jill being hot forever is canon I could accept. The Jill thing is really odd. Jill is one of the reasons that it's kind of moved into a more dubious position. And we won't really know in terms of Jill until we get like an RE5 remake that will answer it one way or the other. Sorry, I'm thinking at the same time. Thinking about the game, which is why I'm speaking so slowly. And a whole lot of ums. What's it? Because obviously, like, RE5, Jill gets taken by Wesker. All that virus stuff with Wesker makes her look and behave and all sorts of different, right? But then, like, it alters her appearance permanently, the shit that she went through with Wesker in original game canon. But then Death Island comes out and is set, like, after RE6. And Jill looks exactly the same as she did in the RE3 remake. And they establish a lore reason of her never aging or looking any different because she got infected by Nemesis in 3 and cured. And that caused her to permanently look the same the whole rest of her life. Like, she doesn't visibly age or change appearance. But until we get a remake of 5 that's more adapted to the current canon, like, we don't really know if that's a contradiction or not, or if that's just something that they're planning, is that she will look like that in RE5 regardless of the experiments. We don't know. We don't know. That's a big question mark right now. But at this point, even like RE0 is kind of a question mark. Just the way that it has never been brought up again at all since its original release. Even RE0 is kind of like, is this game still supposed to be canon? Is this still considered a canon prequel? Because none of what happens in RE0 has ever been brought up as being relevant in any of the other games. So at this point, even 0 being canon is kind of a question mark. Like, it can be because it hasn't affected anything else outside of itself, but like whether or not Capcom considers it such or plans to ever do anything with that is kind of the question mark. Is it on Capcom's timeline? I don't think Capcom ever released like an official timeline image or anything like that. Not to my knowledge, at least. If they did, I've never seen it. Are the new remakes canon? Especially first and second run in RE2 Remake? RE2 Remake with first and second run is a weird one, but generally speaking, as far as the current games are concerned, like things like RE7, 8, presumably 9, as far as we currently know, Capcom seems to consider the remake version of the events canon. But RE2 is a bit of a weird one because of the second run bullshit in that game. I gotta keep track of my leeches. Because I want Billy to grab 40 and Rebecca to grab 50. Just wait until the Hyrule Historia for RE. There's actually 3 separate timelines. The way I generally look at it is there's like the classic canon of just the original games into the rest of the games, and then there's like remake canon, which is any game that has a remake, meaning 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's that version of the timeline, basically. And I should mention, like, the classic canon kind of ends with RE7 going forward, just because that was when they started really rewriting things outside of the small edits made with RE1 Remake. Like RE7 and Village and the remakes, that was when old canon started getting like tweaked and messed with to feel more coherent overall. So like classic canon really only carries through to like RE6 / Rev 2, I guess. Craziest thing to me is how much of a global catastrophe RE6 had, and yet none of it seems to have mattered at all and might as well not be canon. That's not entirely true. I'm assuming RE9 is the game where we will really see this come to fruition. But the events of RE6 are what led to Umbrella being reborn as a company. What led to Blue Umbrella even existing. And Blue Umbrella in 7 and 8 has been set up as being really important. Alongside the BSAA, they work very closely together. They may as well be the same organization at this point, as far as we know. And RE6 is the whole reason that Blue Umbrella was formed. So, as far as I'm seeing it, I think RE6's like big fucking... No swearing starts now. I started the timer after I said that, for the record, just after. RE6's giant like global outbreak seems like it's going to be very important, but they just haven't built up to that climax where you're going to realize how important it was yet, if that makes sense. God of War live action series is real. Prime Video just posted who they cast as Kratos. It's the same actor who played Thor in God of War Ragnarok. Okay. Interesting. Interesting pick. Starts from the Norse mythology part of the story. That's incredibly lame. I have lost the majority of my interest immediately on that statement alone. What? We'll see. I mean, already in the marketing of RE9, they've dropped a lot of Umbrella hints. Like, to the point where they're not even really hints. They're basically telling us Umbrella is involved in the events of RE9 in a big way. And post RE6, Umbrella is Blue Umbrella, not old school Umbrella, but maybe they're not actually as different as they seem? Question mark? That's kind of... Everyone is so focused on Grace and Leon in terms of the marketing for RE9 so far. I feel like a lot of people are overlooking the Umbrella stuff. He is actually dead. Dumbest name ever, by the way. Blue Umbrella is not an official name. It's just what the community has called them in terms of, like, distinguishing them. In universe, they're still just called Umbrella. Although I think now... I don't remember. I don't remember the exact name, but Blue Umbrella is a community name to distinguish between the original Umbrella with the red logo and the reformed post-RE6 Umbrella with the blue logo. Okay, Billy's inventory will be full. I couldn't even go over the amount of leeches I want if I tried. I don't know why I'm so worried about that. If they'll actually follow through with Chris going rogue and the BSAA being corrupt. That's what I'm kind of worried about, but obviously that's something that would come into play past like the initial setup of the story. And we, so far in the marketing, going off of how they typically have marketed RE games in recent years, we're really only seeing stuff from probably like the first third or so of the game, like the first act of the game right now. So we'll see. Requiem's story has so much potential to be absolutely nuts if they do really go all in on, like, you know, is the new Umbrella actually all that different, or did we just trust them too much? What's the deal with the BSAA and Chris leaving because he doesn't trust them anymore to form his own squad? Like, that's a pretty big deal that they set up in Village. Are you going to be streaming Requiem on release? Yeah, release day we'll be playing it. Isn't it crazy that that's only like a month and a week away? It's only like 5 weeks away now. Like, it's still, I feel like I talk about Requiem like it's so far away, but it's about a month away at this point. It's really not that far out. It's really not. And for me, at least, you know, I can't speak for anyone in chat, but that currently is my most anticipated game in the near future, like by far. Go figure. Anyone who's been around pre, like, Armored Core, which is not many people, but a handful, Anyone who's been around my streams for that long knows that, like, every time a Resident Evil game is coming out, that's my most anticipated release without fail. Like, just always, if there is a Resident Evil game coming out, that is my most anticipated game. Just #1 spot, basically by default. Even, like, RE3 Remake, I was so excited for RE3 Remake. So excited. Did you pre-order deluxe or normal? Just normal. I haven't bought a deluxe edition RE. This sucks to say out loud. I'm like, what was the last time I bought the big fancy edition of an RE game? It was 6. Because for me, RE games typically just don't offer very much beyond the base game, like in terms of the extra $20 spent for whatever additional comes with it. The only one that, like, I wish I had bought the deluxe edition just straight up at launch, looking back on it, is RE4 Remake. Maybe RE7. RE7's DLC was so good. But really, the only one that comes to mind for me is, like, RE4 Remake. I did end up buying the additional weapons, like, separately. I kind of wish I had done that, looking back on it. I wish I had bought just the deluxe that came with all of them to begin with, but it's whatever. Usually the deluxe just has early unlocks, which isn't... Yeah, it's normally... It's like early unlocks and a couple costumes, which is about all that RE9 is. Which, for me, I realize that for other players, that might be more exciting. For me, I'm just kind of like... Yeah, okay. I don't need that. A DMC1 Dante costume for Leon in 4 Remake would have been great. They should have done that. Oh, RE2 Remake, I also bought, like, the classic soundtrack DLC. That's one that I bought separately after the fact, but even then, I didn't buy any of the rest of the DLC for 2 Remakes, so I don't really regret that. Okay, and then Billy, at this point, we're not picking up any more for Billy until we have all of Rebecca's. Because Billy's last one I'm going to grab is in the main hall. For OG RE2. Bro, especially the music in the original RE2 is so much better. Although, I have to say, I will. I'm brave enough to say it. When I listened to RE2 Remake's soundtrack, like the new original soundtrack, while editing that video recently, just listening to it on its own made me realize that it actually has a really good soundtrack with way more, like, remixes of original RE2 tracks than I had realized. It's just mixed so quietly in the game. Like, it's just mixed in a way where you don't hear it while you play. But it's actually really good. I think it would be seen a lot better by the community if it was just mixed a little louder. It tends to hang out in the background the whole time, so you don't really notice it, whereas classic RE music tends to be more in the foreground. I feel like it's a mixing issue more than it's actually a soundtrack issue, now that I've listened to it on its own. It kind of surprised me. I legit don't remember the music in 2 Remake. It's good, is the thing. Like, it's not as good as OG2. Because OG RE2 soundtrack is next level, but it is way better than I think anyone tends to give it credit for. Top 3 REOST, like individual tracks. RE2 save room, 3rd malformation of G. I have to pick only 3? Shit. I'm gonna say... RE3 save room. I'm going with that. Although my number 3, I would also love to say Code Veronica's save room. There are so many good picks that I could put at number 3. Definitely those top 2 though. Like, number 1 is RE2 classic save theme. Number 2 is 3rd malformation of G. Number 3, I don't know, but I'm gonna probably say RE3's save room. Probably. Maybe. RE4 save room is nice too. It is. This nearly took us 3 hours. Don't even. We're just passing the 2-hour mark. Not even. You're jumping the gun a little bit on the nearly 3 hours. RE7 save room theme was goated. It's pretty good. I wouldn't put it like top 5, even just for save room themes in the series, but it's good. RE7 has a good one. Because, like, top 5 save rooms in the series, like, you gotta go against RE2, RE3, Code Veronica, RE0, and RE4 original probably would be the top 5. Not in that order, but those would probably be the top 5, even just for save rooms alone. RE1 Remake has a really good one, too. But compared to those, I don't know if it makes it in the top 5. How has Yakuza 2 slots been going? Man, we beat the slots. We beat the Mahjong. We've got a great start on the Gambling Den games. We're almost halfway done with them already. We're long past the slots.
I can show you, baby. Goo goo gaga.
Get the fuck out my car right now.
That was a good one. Where have I not been for picking up the leeches? I'm missing 4 of Rebecca's. Where the fuck have I not gone? I think I've gone through here, right? He's gonna fly through Yakuza 2 now. Yeah, the only remaining roadblock
Now is not the time.
is gonna be Shogi. Because I'm gonna have to actually learn Shogi, and I'm awful at it. But we'll get through it. Chat, I don't know where I haven't been on the cleanup run. And I need one character to have 2 open slots. That's a necessity. Like, I can't just grab a bunch of billies to make up for it. I cannot kill the remaining enemies if I don't have at least 2 slots left. It's a reality of the situation. What is even the shogi requirement? You have to reach the top rank. Like playing ranked matches against the CPU. So shogi's gonna be a bitch. Sounds hard. It's gonna be very hard. Incoming, even though it's not a Yakuza stream, someone's gonna say, just use the app that lets you like take a picture of the board, calculate the best move for you so you win every time. Why would I do that? At that point, I'm not even playing the game. That is just cheating. Why would I do that? Know what else is very hard? What is hot sauce? Rocks. Good answer. What is RE the final chapter? Oh wait, the movie? That's the movie, right? Yes. That. The final chapter is worse. Definitely. Than RE6, for sure. Yeah. Not even a competition, to be honest. RE6 is not that bad. Like, it's not good, but it's not that bad. Where the fuck have I not been? I know where we've not been. How did I fuck that up? I know exactly where I have not been. I hate RE6, and I agree that the movies are worse. The movies are worse than RE6. Even the first one. I haven't seen it in chat yet, but someone's gonna say, but the first one's not that... Yes, it is. It's bad. It is that bad. Not as bad as the others. It's not the fucking 2 out of 10 train wreck that the other ones are, but it's still like a 4 out of 10. It's still bad. Which is worse, Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 3 or DMC2? DMC2. Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 3 is also not that bad, just like as a game. It's just the worst of the Ninja Gaiden games. You know, it's one of those where like on its own, Ninja Gaiden 3 was not the worst thing ever. It's just, it's held to the standard of so many other like outstanding action games in the series. You know? Shit, there's another room I missed still. What other room did I miss? I really don't know. I've been through the basement, I know that. Shit, dude. We're at like 87 leeches. I apparently missed more than one room. RE Netflix show did at least have Lance Riddick. He was good in that. That's about all I can say that was good about it, but it did have him. He was a shockingly good Wesker. Like, genuinely. He was really good as Wesker. Unexpectedly good, even, because, like, I don't typically think of Lance Riddick as being a villain. Like, I feel like he typically just didn't play villains, but he was great. He was Wesker? Yes, Lance Riddick played Wesker in the Resident Evil Netflix show. And he was awesome. Wild. I remember when they released the casting, I was like, what? But I was open to it because I was like, I love Lance Riddick. I really do. So I'll see how this goes. And it was the one good part about that show. I shit you not. That was like the one thing about that show that actually was good. I did not mean to run this way. This D-pad is awful. This sucks. Not knowing where I missed the 2 green leeches. Wasn't a character in the show into furry fanfic or something. I don't remember what exactly that was. There was a joke about furry fanfic. I just don't remember what the context was. But shit, man, I really have no idea where these leeches are. Loved his character in the show Fringe. You know what show had, like, the most underappreciated acting? And this is maybe a bit biased because it's my favorite show ever aside from, like, Dragon Ball. Dexter. I feel like none of those actors get talked about as being as amazing as they were. Not everyone. I can't remember her name, but like the actress who played his sister was iffy. She had good days, had bad days. But like most of the actors in Dexter were fucking phenomenal and no one ever talks about it. Everyone talks about Michael C. Hall because of course, and he was amazing. I couldn't even tell you the name of Dokes' actor or Angels or like any of the other serial killers, but like everyone in that show knocked it out of the park. Everyone. And it never gets brought up when people talk about Dexter or even just like good acting in TV shows. But, like, genuinely, everyone in that show was fucking great. John Lithgow, yes, he was so good. Holy fuck. He was genuinely creepy in that role. He like, freaked you out a little bit. False has never seen that show, by the way. And she's going to watch it at some point. Eventually. Give it, like, 10 years. We'll probably get around to it. Because she would love that show, too. Like, that is so up her alley. It's crazy to me that she hasn't seen it. So much homework, poor girl. It's not homework. It's just things that I'm like, yeah, we're watching this. Or yeah, we're playing this. I had already seen it, but he hadn't. Now he's upset. I still have not finished Twin Peaks, ever. I don't even remember how far I got, because it was so many years ago. I never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, any of it. I haven't seen an episode of it. I still need to finish Peaky Blinders at some point. I never watched Peaky Blinders either. That was the show, like, a good few years ago that everyone was talking about, and I never watched it. Where the fuck did I miss leeches, man? This sucks. This really sucks. As far as bad guy of the week shows go, it's one of the best. Is it one of those where it's just like every episode it's a new threat that they deal with in that episode? Could still be good if it's done right. I can't have missed any in the kitchen. And this Leech Hunter mode is kind of wild. We went down by the train. For sure. Man, where the fuck did I miss them? Michael C. Hall was so good, though. It really, every time I think about it, and I've thought about it a few times, even just recently on stream, it's insane to me that he never got picked up for big roles after Dexter. And I get that he's one of those guys. He has such a, like, distinct face and voice and everything. So, after playing that big of a role, like, everyone sees him in anything else, and he just is Dexter, and a lot of directors and such don't want that. But it's shocking to me that no other, like, big project directors, producers, whatever, picked him up for really anything. Because I could name a few other things that he's been in, but they're so random, and almost all of them are low budget, and he was only in it for like a couple minutes, you know? Like, they're all smaller projects that he got smaller roles in. And it's just shocking to me that he never had more of a career after Dexter. Because he was so fucking good. Like, if I was a director and I had seen him in Dexter, I would want him in my shit. Why do you think that happened? I think it genuinely is just because he has such a distinct look that, like, no matter what you put him in, everyone's gonna look at him and think like, oh, Dexter, you know? And that Gerard Butler gamer movie, oh yeah. Yeah, that's another one. I wasn't thinking about that, but he did play, like, the twist bad guy who is only in it at, like, the very, very end. Typecast isn't really the right word, but it's something similar. Yeah, it's like anyone sees him in anything, and, like, he's just Dexter. And yeah, same thing happened to Sarah Michelle Gellar after Buffy, right? where like no one wanted to cast her even though she's fantastic because she's just Buffy. Like you see her and it's like, oh, Buffy. Like no one can see her as anything else after that. I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's good. She was Daphne in Scooby-Doo. She was Daphne in Scooby-Doo movie. There's Iron Man and Captain America. Yeah, but they still get cast and stuff all the time. Like they have very prominent careers even outside of Marvel. And even though everyone looks at RDJ and is like, that's Tony Stark, Chris Evans, like that's Captain America. Everyone does that, but they still get cast and stuff. But there are some actors who like just because of that, like their career is never able to really move forward after that one role. It's not this room, is it? No, we've been through here, but like at this point I have to check everything because I have no idea what room it is. Nope. It's like The Rock is The Rock. I can't see any character he plays. Yeah, it's one of those. Michael C. Hall has been in some stuff recently. You know what he's been in? The couple of reboots they've tried to do of Dexter. He's been in those. He got cast in those. You wouldn't believe who. Or you wouldn't believe, like, what character he plays in them. He does play very generic characters. I feel like almost a better example, just because there's at least some more variety, like with characters and everything, is Jack Black. Like, that's just Jack Black in everything he's in. You see him, that's Jack Black. Like, he's not playing a character. He just is Jack Black most of the time. Sometimes he's playing a character, but he's very typecast just because of who he is, genuinely. Just because anyone who ever casts Jack Black for anything is like, this is what you're doing. Oh. That's one of them. Is it in this room? What the fuck? At least I found that one. Plays creepy really well. Oh. Speaking of creepy, just the word and not, yeah. Has anyone in this chat played, what's it called? False might have to help me out. Pathologist? Old CRPG? Very like mid 2000s AA CRPG, like whatever you think of. Pathologic, is that it? Pathologic. I've played the second one. Never heard of it. I had never heard of it either. Pathologic, thank you, not pathologist. Haven't played it, but know about it. False just randomly picked it up on Steam because it was like $1 and was streaming it to me the other night while she was playing it in her free time. She knew nothing about it. She literally just saw that it was $1, bought it, did no research on it, didn't read about it, didn't even know what the game was when she booted it up. What a strange fucking game. Just the whole general vibe. That game is so weirdly like creepy and uncanny and just bizarre, but like also so interesting. Just really weird. Gets under your skin. Yeah, just so strange. Going in blind is amazing. She genuinely didn't even know what like the premise of the game was when she opened it. Like, I had to Google the game as she was playing it to figure out what the premise was because she was so confused about what was happening. I had to Google the game and be like, okay, it's an RPG where the whole point is like to go around and try to prevent this whole town from dying of disease. And I'm assuming the second and the upcoming third game are generally the same premise. Like, even just the premise is weird. Like, it's not some crazy action RPG or anything. It's just... It's almost more like a social RPG than anything. Where, like, you have a certain number of days in-game to go around and, like, figure everything out and prevent the disease from inevitably killing everyone. Super weird game. Back there was a blue one. We're looking for the last green one. Similar to Disco Elysium? A little bit, in the sense that it's like more a social RPG than anything. It's such a weird game, but like super interesting. And yeah, it's the one that she's been tweeting about. If you do follow her on Twitter, she has been tweeting about it. She just likes to tweet about shit that she's been playing. She does it with anything. She just kind of tweets. I should have tweeted this morning. I played some Battlefield 6 finally. I had a good time. I finally pulled myself back to it after installing it like nearly 2 weeks ago. Because I kept talking about it on stream. I'm like, I reinstalled this game, and for some reason, every time I try to bring myself to open and play it again, I can't. Like, I get this weird... Like, I go to open it, and then right when I'm there about to pull the trigger, I'm like, I don't know, I could play something else. I finally played it a bit this morning. I had a good time. I did play on the oil map. It's still bad. Did you get into the imaginary queue? I did, actually. I did get put in the queue. That I, even more so now that like the population has dropped by 80 or so % since launch, I really don't believe that that queue is legit. I think that's an artificial queue. It has to be. I know it's a bit tinfoil hat of me, but I've been saying it, and especially like thinking about the fact that the player count on the game was like 5 times as much on PC alone back when I was first playing it. And then this morning even, I played in the morning on what, a Wednesday? And got in like the same size queue that lasted about the same length of time. Like, that has to be a fake queue. It has to be artificial, right? It must be. I'm convinced. Skate fakes its queue as well, and they're both EA. Must be their new thing. It genuinely could be. Like, I feel like it must be. Where the fuck is this leech? With the numbers they've lost. I mean, the game is nowhere near dead. Like, you still hop on, you can queue up for whatever, find a game any time of day, any day of the week. Like, even on Steam, I think the game still hovers around like 70,000 players concurrent, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. The talks of it dying, I haven't seen people saying it's dead already, but the discussion about it dying is the fact that it has lost something like 85% of its player base already. Just in terms of like its daily player counts, it's down by like 85%. That's where that discussion has been coming from. And I think that's a fair discussion. Like, most games, live service especially, lose a lot of their player counts after initial launch. But like 85% in less than 3 months is a pretty drastic decline, even for live service. Been seeing people are upset with the lack of future content. Well, yeah, didn't season 2 for the game just get delayed by like a month too? Like, there's been barely any content added to the game. It's been like 2 maps and the battle royale that no one even really likes. And that's it. Which, even for Battlefield standards, is less than we typically see by this point in the game. 85% in 3 months does sound like a lot, to be honest, because it is. Like, even for that kind of game, it's a lot. It is. It's a pretty drastic decline. Like, the game isn't dead, but there's 100% a discussion to be had about why is it losing that many players so quickly. And I think it might be just there's not a lot of variety in the game to begin with. So them not being able to add much content within a reasonable amount of time definitely is not helping them retain anyone. Right? That's not gonna do them any good. Or I might have to pull up Evil Resource. I feel like I've gone around this whole map already and checked everything and have not found this green leech. It has to just be in a weird-ass spot. Hold on. Oh, well, the placements are randomized. Pseudo-random, granted, but yeah. Trying to see if there's anything that stands out as like, I don't think I got that one, you know? I have no idea. I have no idea where I haven't found one. This sucks. Just because it is this one leech in the whole map somewhere that I need, and I can't even like substitute it with a couple of billies simply because I need to have a character with 2 item slots available to even be able to like have a handgun and the ammo to reload it with. Otherwise that just becomes impossible. So I do need to find this one exact item that I've missed somewhere. And I lapped the entire map already. And I don't know where it is. Say for mainline it probably is. No. Worst side mode in the series? RE2 Extreme Battle, even just from what we've played so far, was not good. And weirdly, this didn't happen before when I did Leech Hunter. Because we did the 100 leeches collected already. And I didn't have this issue. What single-player game was it that a week after it came out, news outlets were saying it wasn't retaining players? Hogwarts Legacy. That was Hogwarts. I think BO7 is the better game out of the two, depending on what metric you're talking about. Like, I think if you're looking at what the experience offers as like a total $70 package, I think BO7 is much more content rich. I think if you're looking purely at like BO7's multiplayer compared to Battlefield 6's multiplayer, I think Battlefield 6 has a better multiplayer experience. I think BF6 takes it. But like, both of their campaigns are terrible. I don't even really consider either of their campaigns as part of the discussion because neither are really even worth talking about. More consistently getting updates is actually very true. I don't even really consider that. But you're right. Like, BO7 has already had so many major content updates. Battlefield 6 has had one major content update. And it's been out for a month longer than BO7. It was Black Myth? Oh, really? People were talking about it with Hogwarts as well. I distinctly remember with Hogwarts Legacy people talking about it. But, what's it? BO7, for me, like, multiplayer isn't quite as good as Battlefield 6, but it's still solid. It's my least favorite part of the experience overall, but it's solid. Weirdly, Warzone with the casual mode, still not necessarily my thing, but fun. Pretty fun. Zombies, great. Endgame, great. Battlefield 6 for me just has like the multiplayer, which is really good. The Battle Royale, which is really not good. Really bad, actually. Pretty stinky. And that's it. Like, that's all that Battlefield 6 really offers in terms of its total package. And that's kind of by design. But definitely for someone like me who enjoys booting up the game and doing something different pretty much every time, BO7 has been a more consistently enjoyable experience. And both get stinky. Both campaigns are very stinky. Both are bad. Yeah. They're like Fuck off. Okay, I got it. We're cooking. Rebecca has all 50 of hers. We're at 89 total. That's where it was. That sucked. All right. That's 90. Let me... Okay. Trying to find where the zombies respawn. Or where the enemies respawn. I have evil resource up. They have a checklist. 2 zombies spawn in the kitchen. At 90.
Roger.
Rebecca has a healing item. I shouldn't need it. I think it's almost all zombies on the respawn wave. Shit. I'm trying to keep my hair out of my fucking head. Forehead, I mean. Did not put enough product in. Absolutely not. Of course, it's in the strangest spot. I just... would not have thought it was there, simply. Okay. Kitchen done. I think Sentai earlier said that the kitchen was the only first floor room to have respawning enemies, but I'm still checking. It seems to be correct. The art corridor on the 2nd floor, which is the closer west hallway, has a couple zombies in it. Early 90s pixel hunt. Point and click pixel hunting. It's basically what I did. It's at least the closest thing to a modern equivalent we have. And this achievement apparently pops the instant you kill the last enemy, according to like achievement guides and stuff. So as soon as I've killed the last enemy, we'll know that it's done and I can leave.
Me, Daddy.
No, not now. I'm leech hunting right now. Critical. Three zombies dead. Going room by room on this guide of everything in the mode. I will kill every enemy. And then we'll basically be done with Leech Hunter. Basically because there's one more achievement, but it's honestly going to be pretty easy. The remaining one after this is to get all 50 of only one color. So like all 50, but... what's it? Only of Rebecca's. Something like that, right? The library, no zombies. Maintenance room, no. Medicine room, no. Narrow corridor A, no. Narrow corridor B, no. Old laboratory, no. Outside balcony, yes. We're very close to that. Just phone Jennifer in a random room for the last leech. Fucking classic Metal Gear. That killed both of them. Outside balcony's done. Piano room, no. Or sorry, piano bar, no. Private corridor, yes. I'm going back. I'm gonna kill all the Leech Hunter enemies. This isn't as much of a bitch as I thought. It seems like we're gonna get it first try, going back with the purpose of doing it. This doesn't seem so bad. I thought I heard one right there. Ran a little far up. I was gonna say, I thought that was the death animation. Whoa. Okay. Private study room. No. Small library. No. Third floor, large hall. No. Third floor, observatory tower. No. So none on the third floor. Sewer passage. No. Train passage. No. I'm on to B1 of the map. Aha. The monitor room in B1 has some. I have a good amount of ammo. Buffy is coming back soon with Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, but not as the main character. Like a passing the torch sort of series. This room, I believe, she's gonna be a mentor type character. That could work. Oh man, all the zombies in this room came back. Big critical. Monitor room, clear. Okay, none in B1 remaining. We're good. On to B2. Oh. Yeah, the statue room, that's right. That's right. It's just that last, like, branch back there, then. Because, what's that? B2 and B3 are both accessed from the same side of the training facility. Like, the same staircase down. So it's just this last wing of the basement, and then we're totally clear. Or at least we should be, if I did it right. We'll see. But I think we've got it. I think we've got all enemies on this one. Not as tricky to do when you're being more intentional with ammo use and heals and all that. I was just going for like the speed blasting before, so I ran out of ammo and heals by this point in the game. But when you're being intentional about it, it's very doable. Like, I even, aside from the pistol, I have an SMG with like 90% ammo in it. If I need to fall back on that because I run out of pistol ammo. Which doesn't even seem like it's gonna happen. Point being, I have plenty of ammo left over because I was more intentional this run. Seemed like it would be a lot worse than it was. No way he's dead. I don't believe it. I knew it. Now he's dead. Okay. Storage room, no. B3, cavernous area, no. Training room, no. Waterfall room is the final room. It has a plague crawler in it. I have the ammo. One enemy remaining, I think, if I did it right. Prepare, chat. The final enemy in Leech Hunter. I like Leech Hunter. It's a good challenge. It's really hard to figure out. Like, I may have first tried this part of the Leech Hunter achievements, but like, it took a lot of runs to even get the 100 leech completion. To even like learn the mode well enough to do this took a while. I got the achievement, it popped. I can leave. I can leave. The achievement popped. We got it. That's the third rarest achievement in the game as well. Like, that's the third, I guess, at least by the measurement of how many people have done it, the third hardest achievement in the game. We have a little more Leech Hunter for next time, but it's probably the easiest challenge for last, the way I did it. What is the rarest? I don't remember. I would have to look. I can look after this. I just gotta leave the facility.
Yeah, but like. Alright.
The get all achievements achievement that most games have. This game doesn't have one, no. I don't think any of the Resi games have.
20 inches. He does like Remy. Yeah, I got that venom pump.
I don't think any of the Resi games have like a get all achievements achievement.
Okay.
The rarest is collecting all of only one color? Is it really? Okay, well then the next achievement I have on my list is the rarest achievement. What's the second rarest then? You ever get tired of it interrupting you? No, you do all the time, so I'm used to it. That was a joke, chat. That was what we call a joke. Oh, obtain all weapons. I guess because you have to do like all the infinite ammo challenges and stuff. I could see that. Oh snap, that was a joke. It's not true even.
Resident Evil.
Actually,
0.
you do? I might. Maybe. It's the ADHD. Just a few minutes to continue with this wacky shit I've been doing on the side. Couch percent today. I don't know what you're talking about. A few minutes to vibe. My run that we started with all the unlocks I now have from doing Leech Hunter. No couch percent, right? It's more annoying, crows or dogs? Dogs, weirdly. The crows are easier to avoid. The dogs you kind of have to deal with most of the time. Send her up. Rebecca with the crazy shit. The infinite, what's it? Like big unlockable magnum, not even just the normal one. Rebecca got that good shit this run. I gave it to Rebecca simply because it will be more fun to use on her. Like, even though Billy is normally the combat character in this game, small woman, big magnum. It's funnier.
Let's go.
She got that Magnum XL, you know it. Speaking of dogs, isn't there... Yeah. That's all it takes. All there is to it. Oh, that's a key item. We do need that. Spiders or plant monsters in 2. The plant 43s in 2. Also definitely those.
I'll get you over there.
The spiders are so easy to run past in even like RE1 Remake and 0. Where they started to get better about making enemies harder to run past.
Come on.
Okay.
I love that I got the every weapon being infinite ammo unlock already. I didn't think that the final reward for Leech Hunter would be so ridiculous. Had I known, I may have saved it for a little later. But I mean, now for speedruns, I have this. I have the craziest shit imaginable. Fuck those guys. That was a nice surprise. That's what I get for going in not knowing the rewards ahead of time and just being like, oh, whatever, we'll do Leech Hunter. Just goes off of vibes. Had I researched a little more, I definitely would have saved Leech Hunter for the end just because of that reward. Well, like, only because it trivializes some of the other stuff, but I guess from a completionist standpoint, having infinite ammo everything for speedruns and stuff later on might make this go a little quicker. It's just less interesting from like a challenge standpoint. Love your work, man. Just crushed all 29 episodes of the retrospective. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Thank you. It's crazy that it's so close to being done now, and so coincidentally timed with
You stay here.
Requiem in that sense.
This way.
Okay.
Because Requiem wasn't even announced until I was like a year into working on it. It's just pure coincidence that I'm going to be wrapping up the retrospective like right before Requiem comes out, and then it be able to immediately finish it with a video on Requiem. Pure coincidence. Totally unplanned. I should have left it for the save room music. Oh well. It is about that time though. I gotta get back to video work. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy it and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Ace Combat, Metal Gear, Yakuza. Come back for any of it. It's all good stuff. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot with algorithm and all that, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on YouTube, or if you're watching on Twitch, they're on the channel page, they're in chat commands. You'll be able to find whatever you're looking for. Twitter, Discord server, they're all there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.